Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a truly unfiltered, breathtaking journey into the glamorous, but often misunderstood, world of Hollywood's most enduring stars. Tonight, we unravel a story of self-determination, timeless beauty, and candid confessions that will forever change how you view the intersection of aging and artistry on screen. Prepare yourselves for an extended, sensational, deep dive into the revelations shared by Michele Lee and Donna Mills, icons of the beloved primetime drama Knots Landing, as they candidly discuss the plastic surgery they underwent while filming this seminal series. With your host's vibrant narration, we promise an evening of gripping anecdotes, expert insights, and behind-the-scenes glimpses that illuminate the true power of subtle, thoughtfully timed cosmetic enhancements. From the moment Knots Landing first graced television screens in December 1979, it captured the hearts of millions with its searing drama, complex characters, and luxurious California setting. At the heart of that tapestry were two women whose chemistry, at times electric, at times contentious, helped define the show's enduring appeal. Michele Lee's portrayal of the warm, resilient Karen McKenzie and Donna Mills' portrayal of the cunning, seductive Abby Cunningham provided viewers with a riveting study in contrast. Yet, beneath the surface of on-screen rivalries and alliances, Lee and Mills were embarking on parallel journeys of self-discovery, journeys that would lead them to make deeply personal decisions about their appearances and their futures. Tonight, we tell that story in meticulous detail. In the spring of 2025, the former co-stars reunited for the debut of their podcast, We're Not Done Yet, releasing an unforgettable episode on April 21st that finally answered fan questions about aging in the spotlight. Which procedures have they had? Why did they choose to undergo surgery at specific moments in their careers? And how have subtle enhancements shaped their legacies without overshadowing their talent? The episode opened with a deluge of listener inquiries, each tinged with curiosity and admiration. Without hesitation, Lee, now 82, leaned into the microphone and stated plainly, "I have had plastic surgery, so let's go on with what I feel about it." Those 6 words set off a cascade of revelations, offering a masterclass in grace, restraint, and the unwavering importance of timing. Lee's first piece of advice pierced the cultural myths surrounding cosmetic surgery. What I would say to anyone who's thinking of it, they should do it early. That's one. I would not wait until you're over 60, because when you do it early, it's more subtle, a little at a time, not noticeable as you're getting older, more natural looking. The crowd fell silent as they absorbed the wisdom of a woman who navigated the relentless pressures of Hollywood's beauty standards while raising a family, spearheading philanthropic endeavors, and sustaining a career that spanned stage, screen, and beyond. But perhaps most striking was Lee's insistence on the power of incremental change. To treat one's appearance not as an urgent crisis, but as a long-term investment in self-confidence and authentic expression. To illustrate, Lee shared one of the most memorable anecdotes of the evening: her eyelid surgery in her early 40s, sheer 40s, a procedure often dismissed as minor, but one that, in her words, made all the difference. "Hardly anyone would notice it," she recalled, her voice steady with pride. "In fact, I was sitting next to the president of CBS at a dinner party 6 days after my surgery. The remark sent gasps through the audience, who could scarcely believe that such a significant transformation, normally accompanied by visible bruising and discomfort, could be executed so seamlessly." When Mills teasingly asked whether Lee had been in bandages, Lee quipped, "No, I was gorgeous." The scene shifted to the bustling set of Knots Landing, where days later Lee reported to work with only the faintest traces of purple beneath her eyes. "One of the female makeup artists saw that I was a little black and blue," Lee explained with a grin, "and she told me, 'Don't worry, I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna blend it.'" The makeup artist's deft technique and Lee's careful planning ensured that the storyline of the series took center stage rather than any talk of cosmetic intervention. It was a moment that underscored the meticulous orchestration required when public figures choose to alter their appearances without attracting undue attention. Donna Mills, whose Abby Cunningham became synonymous with calculated allure, echoed Lee's sentiments with her own account of a facelift she underwent in her 40s. Back when I was in my 40s, on Knots Landing, yes, I did a lift, Mills disclosed, her tone equal parts matter-of-fact and reflective. And it was subtle, but it lasted, you know. And I haven't done anything since. Nothing since then. Mills emphasized the importance of moderation. Don't do it too much. If you do it too much, it's ugly and horrible. Her cautionary note about overdoing procedures resonated deeply. A warning that the search for perfection can lead to unintended excesses that date more than they rejuvenate. To unpack these revelations further, let us explore the science behind why early intervention yields more natural results. Dermatologists and plastic surgeons often cite skin elasticity as a crucial factor in surgical outcomes. Younger skin possesses greater collagen density, enabling it to heal smoothly and adapt to subtle repositioning. As we age, collagen production diminishes, and the skin's ability to retract diminishes accordingly, leading to the risk of a pulled or unnatural appearance. Experts suggest that strategic minor lifts, or blepharoplasties, as in Lee's case, can be performed at earlier stages to maintain harmony between facial features, preventing the need for drastic corrections later in life. It is a philosophy that marries artistry with biomedical insight, one that Lee and Mills embraced long before the phrase minimally invasive became a buzzword. But beyond the technical, the psychological impact of their choices cannot be overstated. For Lee, undergoing eyelid surgery was a reclamation of confidence during a pivotal period in her early 40s, when she balanced motherhood with the increasing demands of a hit television series. She spoke candidly about the insecurities that even seasoned performers face, revealing how she would study her reflection under harsh studio lights, scrutinizing every line and shadow. By addressing the issue surgically, she not only refreshed her appearance but also alleviated the mental drain of constant self-critique, a transformation that radiated through her on-screen performance. Similarly, Mills, known off-camera for her razor-sharp wit and charismatic presence, described her facelift as a means of aligning her outward image with her inner vitality. "You want to look as energetic as you feel," she told listeners. In the high-pressure environment of weekly television production, maintaining an appearance that matched one's spirit was not mere vanity, it was a professional imperative. Yet, as Mills cautioned, that imperative must be balanced with restraint. By limiting herself to a single, expertly executed lift, she preserved the integrity of her expressions, ensuring that Abby Cunningham's nuanced manipulations were never overshadowed by a face that looked surgically frozen. As the podcast episode unfolded, Lee and Mills took a detour into the origins of their relationship, a rocky partnership forged during the early seasons of Knots Landing. Mills recounted their first dust-up with palpable amusement, explaining how Lee's director's brain sometimes manifested as an overzealous drive to shape scenes to her liking. "Sometimes I know what I want, and I just say it too loud," Lee confessed, prompting laughter. The tension came to a head when, according to Lee's recollection, Mills and co-star Ted Shackelford exchanged a look and walked off set, leaving Lee bewildered. "I thought, what just happened?" That confrontation proved to be a watershed moment, a necessary collision that cleared the air and laid the foundation for mutual respect. "Don't push me around," Mills had told Lee. "If you want something, tell me, but don't push me around." In the months that followed, the women discovered that beneath their initial friction lay shared values, a dedication to craft, to professionalism, and to the series that provided them a platform to showcase their talents. Their evolving friendship became a testament to the resilience required to thrive in Hollywood's demanding ecosystem. Throughout their conversation, Lee and Mills interwove personal anecdotes, industry insights, and humor, a combination that kept listeners rapt for the better part of an hour. They discussed the evolving attitudes toward plastic surgery over the decades, noting how the conversation shifted from whispered rumors to open acknowledgement. In the 1980s and 1990s, cosmetic enhancements were cloaked in euphemisms or outright denied. Today, the transparency championed by celebrities and surgeons alike reflects a societal embrace of self-care as an extension of wellness. Yet, as Lee and Mills emphasized, transparency does not mean routine or reckless application of every new technique. Instead, it demands thoughtful deliberation, ethical practice, and above all, a commitment to preserving one's unique identity. We won't keep you here all night, but before we close, consider this. The next time you see a wrinkle smoothing serum or a celebrity endorsement for a revolutionary laser treatment, remember the words of two women who have lived the journey on primetime television. They remind us that beauty is not a static destination, but a dynamic process, one best navigated with foresight, expertise, and a healthy note. The sea of self-love, moderation, timing, and authenticity. These are the pillars upon which Michele Lee and Donna Mills have built their enduring legacies. And so, we conclude this sensational exploration with a final thought. Aging is inevitable. But how we choose to face it is a story worth telling, one filled with courage, wisdom, and the occasional nip or tuck to keep pace with the brightest versions of ourselves. Good night, and may your own journey be as empowered, informed, and unapologetically genuine as the one shared by these remarkable women.